Okay, so people had more questions about this app, so I decided I'm going to do a tutorial to answer the question that came up the most, which was setting up the accounts and then transfers between those accounts. So to start, we're going to go down to More. Then we're going to go into Configuration. And we'll be focused on the Accounts section, starting with the Accounts groups. And these are just the different types of the account groups that are here. As I mentioned, these ones are permanent ones, whereas these ones can be edited or deleted. So I was asked the question to set up a loan. So we have the account group of loan already, and then we can just add to that. To do that, we're just going to go back and we're going to go into account settings. Once you're in account settings, we're going to hit the plus button up here. And as you see, the account groups are going to pop up. We saw we had loan already. We're going to choose loan. You can name the loan. So some people were saying if they borrowed money from another person or from a bank, let's use another person for now and say person one loan. And then you would put the amount as it states over here. You have to put a negative amount to create a liability. So let's just say we borrowed $1,000 from person one. And then we hit save. This pops up. I choose no because it's not an expense. It's an opening balance for me. So it will populate over here as person one loan. When you click on it, all of the information that we put in is there. And if you need to delete it, you can press the garbage here. And you could, this information here, excuse me, you can change. So if we go back and we do the plus again, we're just going to add another account just so you can see it again. We could add another loan, and this could be person two. Amount, let's say minus $500, save, no. And then over here, we see person two loan is there also. I'm going to go and just add other things to populate this more. Then we're going to go and look at the transfers. Okay, now we're back and I set up more accounts. I do want to show you what it looks like when you set up for a card. When I did the Visa, I pressed the plus button, chose card, put the name. This time we'll put MasterCard. And we'll say there's a balance of $300 on it. Then over here, you choose the statement date, the settlement date, and the payment date. I guess the settlement date is the statement date. So let's say you get it on the 3rd of every month, and your payment date is on the 13th of every month. And then the information populates over here. Then you press save. No again. And all of these are set up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the main page and we're going to do some transfers. So we go back, and then we go to the transactions page. And this is where we do our transactions. I just wanted to remind you also, if you want to see your account balances before we do anything, we hit on it, we press accounts, and it shows us, it's going to show you all the balances that I put for each of the accounts that I created. I even added a mortgage down here. So let's go back to the transactions. I'm going to show you just a basic transaction transfer between two accounts. So we're going to do the plus button here. This is going to pop up. We're going to choose transfer. And then we're going to select our amount. So I'm not sure what the I don't remember what the example was that the person asked in the comments. So I'll just make one up. Let's say I want to take out money from an ATM. I'm going to take out $20 from an ATM. So I put my amount from, when you go to an ATM, you have to choose your account. So it's going to be, let's say your checking account. I'll say from my personal account to cash, because I'm going to have cash on hand. And that's how you would do this ATM transaction. You can even put ATM transaction, and then we can hit save, and you're going to see it right here that today we took out $20 from our personal checking account. Somebody else had asked the question when it came to PayPal. So let's go to our accounts and see. PayPal, I have $50. So they asked if they purchased something online that was $75 and they used their PayPal, but they only had $50 in their PayPal account. And so to complete the transaction, PayPal would pull from their personal account. How would they record that transaction? And there are two ways to record that transaction. The first one being that you can transfer the difference from your personal account or from wherever PayPal pulled it. Wow, that was a tongue twister. From wherever PayPal pulled it from, and then you would record an expense coming out of the PayPal, or you would record two separate expenses, one for $50 for whatever you bought from the PayPal, and then the difference from the personal account. But if you want it to be, I guess, as accurate and mimicking exactly what happened, I would probably do the plus, and I would record the transfer first. So transfer of $25, because that's the difference from the personal account to the PayPal account. Save, so you would see the $25 being transferred. Then I would do plus, and I would do an expense for $75 in the category, whatever it was. Let's just say it's a gift you're buying from the PayPal. And then I would do save. And then when you go and you check in your accounts, we see that the PayPal is empty and that the personal account has $25 less. For the next question, somebody asked, how do we record if we were to loan money to a friend, and how would we record them repaying that money back to us? So for that, we need to go down to more, then we go configurations, and we're going to do account settings. We're going to hit the plus button. We're going to do loan, and then we're going to call it friend one loan, let's say. And then we're not going to put an amount. What we're going to do is we're just going to we're going to make a transfer. So we're going to hit save. Then we're going to go down to our transactions. We're going to hit plus. We're going to select the date that the loan was made. We're going to make sure that we choose transfer in this case, because we're transferring money, right? We created an account, a loan account for a friend. So we're not actually creating an expense by giving them the money. We're just transferring it between two accounts. So we loaned our friend $250 from our personal account to our friend one loan over here. Then we put save. So you'll see over here, from our personal account to our friend, we loaned them $250. What does that look like in the accounts? If we scroll all the way down, we loaned our friend $250. Now, if they're going to pay a portion back, let's go back to transactions. Let's plus, choose a date. Let's say they gave us a payment on the 16th. Make sure we're in the correct place. We're going to do a transfer. So all we're going to do is transfer that money back into our personal account. So we'll do, she paid $150 from our friend one loan to our personal account, save. And so let's go and see what happened in our accounts. Now we're down to $100 that our friend owes us. If we click on it, it will show us the transactions. On the 10th, we loaned out to our friend $250. And then our friend paid us back $150 on the 16th. Now, one thing that we should make sure is turned on and more and in the configurations is the transfer expense settings. So when we loaned our friend money, it was not necessarily an expense, but if we're paying our mortgage, it is an expense. So we have to make sure that we turn it on. For our regular accounts, it's turned on, but for these special accounts that we created, it's not. So we definitely want to turn on these ones for the personal loan 2, and the mortgage. So we're just going to click them and a little check mark will appear and they should be categorized as an expense from here on out. I hope that this was helpful and answered some questions. If there are any more questions that I did not answer in the comments that you want to see a video for, please leave a comment below, and this time I'll make sure that I'll get to it much faster. Thank you. If you like this content, again, share it with somebody, subscribe, like the video. It will inspire me to upload much more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.